experienced some real pressure on the 561 on overtime because of staffing issues there, Judge, and I believe that's already beginning to creep into this report if I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
right.
it's,
Well, and the sheriff had said 2 weeks ago that was going to start happening,
Right.
and then the meeting we were going to have last week to discuss what's happening to them, you know. So I think we probably need to look at some of the capital item expenditures probably in his budget. If we're going to have that, maybe either delay those or forego those to try to help that budget stay.
Well, I agree. I think that'd be a prudent deal, especially if this drifts on into the rest of the year, and there's no reason to believe it won't, because, and then interesting enough, there's a article in the newspaper this morning talking about the penitentiaries being short of people, and there was an article, and I hadn't read the whole thing about, we were discussing maybe bringing some civilians in to pick up some of the duties that were practical for that to do, and that's what they've tried to do. So it's a problem that goes around the morning.
Well, what the curious thing is, which is more or less desirable, being working in there or being in there? I guess you get to go home at night if you're working in there. And
it's a shame that we're in that situation. But apparently, it's not just the Wichita Falls, Wichita County Jail. It's a bunch of them.
Well, when we talked to the sheriff about housing inmates in other counties, he said they probably don't have enough jail staff.
They can't. The people that we have a contract with, Mark, he pointed out, they don't have enough staff for us to send the numbers that we need to send to, because it doesn't do us any good sending numbers out unless we can get to a pod closure or a reduction in some area where it would alleviate some of our staff problems, and it's going to take several to do that. One or two is not going to fix the problem.
It's 96 is a magic number.
Yeah, and that's a big
and
commitment.
that's really, you got to have a certain factor in that, because you move those 96 out, you arrest 9 more that day.
You're back in business.
If they're in the wrong classification, you can't put them in there. You just open one of those other pods back up.
You're right back in the business, and plus you've got the added expense of the per diem charge on what you've got sent out. So anyway, other than that, how's there?
Yeah, Ms. Lincoln, do you want tickets for next year?
How's everything look?
yeah, it's not encouraging.
Well, of course, it's not just the budget concerns. That just compounds the problem of burnout and makes it tougher to hold employees and keep people where they need to be. So we got to come up with some solutions that are kind of innovative. So somebody Willie, get on that. See if he can.
Do away with the damn rules. That's what
That part of that would help.
too damn many rules.
Yeah. But in reality, as we looked at that staffing chart yesterday, I tell you what, we don't need to have any lower staffing in that jail than we do, just from a safety standpoint. I mean, we're not overstaffed in just about any area, so.
Whoa. This shows Darrell Chubb getting overtime.
That'd be a little bit like you getting overtime.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. It's not over. It's holiday hours. I didn't look at the column right. Yeah. Okay. But the question is, are they working all 8 hours for that? And
thing of it is, if you work on a holiday, we want them to work 8 hours, do we not? Didn't that work out better?
Well, it depends on whether they're using that deal to claim that if they work the hours, that's one thing, but if they only answer a phone call and claim an hour for that, that's a different thing than claiming the whole 8 hours for that. See, because here's one that's just 2 hours, but you don't know whether that was because they only worked 34 physical hours, and so that 2 hours is holiday pay that carried over.
There's a 3/4 of an hour. Just think where we would be, Judge, if our numbers were back up over 500.
Yeah.
Like we have been. Of course, up to a certain point, I don't guess it would make much difference.
What is budget 240, Willie? It's not coming up.
Precinct 4,
What?
precinct 4.
Oh,
Oh, I bet that's sale.
yeah, okay.
That's auction sale. I saw that too.
I was looking for 224. Whoa.
There is not one person in this 561 list without overtime.
No, but I thought 29, here's one with 50.75 hours. That's,
Whoa.
Although when you think of that as a 65-hour week, that's not totally incredible. When I worked construction, that was kind of a normal week, 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. Trouble was, it was only about $1.25 an hour.
And worth every penny.
But yeah. Question was whether I was worth every penny of it or not, but.
Maybe that 9th or 10th hour, you might not have been, but probably early in the morning. I'm seeing a 29 and,
Now, there's a 50 and a quarter when you get on past that.
yeah, there's a 38. It's gonna add up in a hurry.
Well, if you look at the,
And what's 562, is that security?
yeah,
It looked like everybody that's in there is listed.
well, they only put the ones that was in the overtime report. If you go back to payroll.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
you're right.
only
That's why. it's-
overtime or holidays they're listed for.
I understand, you're right. That sheet is only,
Yeah,
but there's not many on the other sheets too. Or without at least some.
okay. Y'all ready to take action on it?
I'd make a motion, we approve the payroll.
Second.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner Muller, second by Commissioner Beecham to approve the payroll for payment. Any comments, questions?
That 615 amount, what's that been running? I don't have my former sheets here. I've got them. I'll go
It was
pull
like
them.
Talking
580.
about just the overtime? or-
No,
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 the
gross
net.
payroll.
Gross payroll.
It's probably about average. He generally gets that same 5 to 7 hours every pay period of overtime.
Yeah, but what we're looking at is the amount, okay.
Total.
This is over
615,
600,000, and usually I'm thinking payroll runs just a little under 600,000.
Oh, 615.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking the department is.
Yeah, I thought you were, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were thinking.
Um,
I can pull it up. I've got those sheets.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was in the fives
Yeah,
myself.
okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries 3-0. It's 9:25, and we're adjourned.